Sunlu Filadryer S1. Yeah, plus. Got it right here. This is not sponsored. I bought this because I accidentally left part of a spool of filament out for a long time and it needs to get dried out, and I decided I needed a filament dryer anyway, so I'm going to go over this, take it out of the box, see how it works. Coming up. I'm Roger, welcome to the shop, and as I mentioned at the little intro here, this is a filament dryer from Sunlu. I bought this on Amazon. There'll be a link in the description if you'd like to get one, if this turns out to be a good thing, and I don't know because I haven't opened it up yet. So where do I normally keep my filament? Well, I've got them down here, and when they come in boxes, I leave them in the boxes because they're sealed, vacuum sealed. There's a desiccant packet in them, and it keeps them dry. When they're in printing, like I've got all my printers running right now, the spools are actually on the printer. Otherwise, I keep them in the box that's underneath those boxes, which is an airtight box that has several large desiccant packages in there, and that's worked just perfect at keeping my filament dry when I'm not using it, even here in the Midwest summers where it gets really, really humid. Of course, now it's wintertime, humidity's not quite so high. In fact, every time I walk around, I'm getting one of them little zap shocks off different things because of the low humidity, but I still want to dry this because I noticed a little while ago when I was playing with the end of it, I could break it. And if you can break it just by bending it a little bit, that means it's got a lot of moisture in it. So it needs to be dried out. So get into this thing here, see what we got. What else we got here? That's everything out of the box. And we got some little Teflon tubes here, spares. And a little destruction book. Pop this guy open here. Plastic. And there's some tape here you're going to have to remove. You'll never be able to open it. There we go. And inside, fastened down with some big wire ties, is the power supply. I have a tool for that. And for a power supply, we have an infamous wall wart. That's what I call these things that go on the wall and take up a lot of space. A wall wart. But it should work here. I'll have to get some power plugged in. I got the little instruction pamphlet out here to take a little look on what we got going on here. So little plug right here that comes in and out, and if you wish you could keep this in the tube, in the dryer rather, and run it through one of these little Teflon tubes right here and run it out and run it right into your printer. I won't be doing that, so I'll be leaving that little plug in there. I am going to set this roll of filament inside here and close the lid, and the power gets plugged in right back here. The cord is not real long on this. I'd actually go get a little bit of an extension plug-in strip. And down on this end we have a LCD panel, and they give you baking times and temperatures like making cookies. So we have PLA in here. We want it to be at 45 to 50 degrees C for 3 to 6 hours. And to set the time and temperature here, that's not real clear at all. I'll figure this out. So I guess first thing we need to do is turn it on. So PV is 50 C, telling me my humidity in there is 33%. Now supposedly to change the temperature, you hold the right hand button in. There we go. I don't know if you can see that. I'm running it. Oop, a little bit too high there. Want from 50 to 60 C. I will leave it at 52. And this button over here, if you hold down time, I'm going to leave it in for 6 hours. And I can feel this thing getting a little bit warm. So I had a little vent hole right here. I suppose you could run filament out through that too, but I imagine you'd wear a hole in that pretty quick. These little Teflon tubes they give you are designed to go in this little opening down here in the front. I don't know that this says that it counts down or anything. It doesn't say that it's counting down. It's just displaying the time on here now, and I thought maybe it would eventually go back to some default display. This, I will say this little instruction guide here is almost worthless. All it does kind of show you is which button to push for time and temperature. Doesn't really say much else. Got a little bit of a chart here for different times of filament for the drying times. There's a QR code here for a detailed manual. Maybe I'll need to do that. Take a close look at it. Okay, so scan the QR code. Takes you to Sunlu's website and takes you right to this page. It says download Sunlu Filament Dryer S1 manual. And you can click on it all you want, and all you get is that it doesn't do anything. So at any rate, this thing is warming up. I do feel heat on it. So I will let it run and we'll see how it works. So I guess I'll let this sit for a day, see what it does, come back tomorrow. I see this manual here is about worthless. And scanning the QR code, like I say to do, get the detailed manual, takes you to a page that doesn't do anything. Great. So maybe I'll look around on a computer later and maybe go to their website and see if there's anything there. Otherwise, just going to let it set. We'll see how it does. Okay, a couple days later, I've had some time to mess with this, and it does a good job. However, the instructions that they send with it are lacking something very important, and they show you to push the buttons and that, but they don't tell you for how long. So I did some research on their website, and I did find this little instruction sheet you get under where it says firmware download. Yeah, that was a little odd. What you need to do, though, to set your time and your temperature is to hold the left button for 3 seconds. Then you can set your temperature, set your time, then hold the button again for 3 seconds, and it saves it, and it goes back to operating, and then it shows the current temperature. I just loaded another spool of filament in here I've been having a little bit of trouble with. Snapping all the time, so I know that the humidity on it must be, I should say the moisture content of it is probably higher than it should be. So I'm going to put this in there to dry, and it's, as I can see, it's up to 45°C now. I'm going to run it at 55°C for 6 hours, and then I'll give it a try. The other spools of filament I have run through here and dried, I've had no problems with. The original spool of rainbow filament I had in there, after I took that out, I did run a project with it, and it worked just fine. There again, I'm not sponsored by Sunlu or anything on this. I bought this. I just needed a filament dryer, and this was small and portable, and so that's my review of it, how it works. Yes, it works. Instructions leave a little bit to be desired. If you'd like to get one of these, I'll put a link in the description. I did get this on Amazon. There'll be an Amazon link for it down there. So if you got anything out of this, appreciate getting a thumbs up. Always helps the channel. Roger in the shop. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.